Yo, welcome back to the Cap. This is episode 222. Deuces are wild here. On this episode, we talk about Drake's Certified Lover Boy, and that's it. RJ tries to defend it. I have my critiques on it. So yeah, we get into it. RJ's repping Canada over there, even though have you even ever been to Canada before?
Yes, I have been.
Okay, well, I'm proud of you for that. He's been to Canada before. At least he's not repping something that he's never been. You know, it's I'm proud of him for that. But yeah, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OldMilk Media. But yeah, you can see episode 222 on YouTube, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Verbal, and more DSPs. So yeah, we talk about Drake. See you there. Yo, welcome back to the Cap. This is episode 222. Deuces are wild here, I guess. That's RJ Leavichin over there in a Canada shirt. He's not even from Canada. I don't even know why he's wearing that. Oh, okay, I guess. I am Nate Sperlin. This is your weekly tour through hip hop. Thanks for listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Verbal, Anchor, and thank you for watching on YouTube. Like and subscribe, please. Yeah, comment below. RJ, how you doing today?
Hey man, today starts a historic era for RJ as a music fan. I've been planning this for maybe 8 hours, early morning. It is the Certified Lover Boy defense.
Oh, okay.
And I start my defense today. So I'm ready, locked and loaded, mama mentality type,
I don't know if you want to say mama mentality, but
you know what I'm saying?
Anyway.
Well, I can't choose the people that Drake likes.
Oh no, I was. We'll get to it.
LeBron.
We'll get to it. Not even LeBron. We'll get to it though. Shout out to everybody in the city. Shout out to everybody in the city that just like walks up to you, just like walks up to random people with good conversation. I was on my way home yesterday, like last night, and some dude just walked up to me and he followed me on Instagram, and yeah, so shout out to him. Hey bro, like the city's so random and I love it. That's why I can't see myself being away from it for long. But yeah. All right. That being said, you want to get straight into it? Let's start it up.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, OldMilk Media. Once again, thank you for watching. We have one project to talk to you guys about. Drake Certified Lover Boy, 21 tracks, an hour and 26 minutes long. It features Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Giveon, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Future, Young Thug, Yebba, 21 Savage, Project Pat, Thames, Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and Kid Cudi. RJ, what did you think about Certified Lover Boy?
OldMilk listeners, watchers, fans in general, I've been calling for Certified Lover Boy, wondering where it was for a while now.
At least
all summer you saw me. I've been waiting for it. We knew that we were going to get an album in 2020, but because of COVID, it didn't come out. He gave us Dark Lane demo tapes. I liked a few of their songs. Still underwhelmed a little bit. We're here now. Certified Lover Boy has been released. The cover really is a bunch of pregnant emojis. The features have been posted on billboards all over the country, all over the world, actually. Just showing you the reach, of the Canadian superstar. But I do want to talk about something that we all understand before I ask things of Nate. Drake, like many artists, can be a victim of hype. It's very easy to be way too excited for something and expect music that you haven't heard yet to sound a certain way and think that you can know what that's supposed to be, even though it's not there. And you have a whole understanding of, it's supposed to be this good. This is the level that it's supposed to be, not actually understanding what they're doing, what phase they're in, what type of music it is, the features, anything like that. This is an album that has been pushed back and delayed. It did technically come at the end of the summer, like he said. It came in the summer. He said it was going to come in the summer. It technically,
I tried to. That podcast isn't out. But on the last podcast, I was telling you it still counts to the summer.
Yeah, it does. So, like, I guess he got it. But what I want us all to understand before we go too deep into it is that I've listened to it 4 times. I didn't like Views when it initially came out. And then months after, I was, it became one of my I'm in my bag, let me play this album. Because songs like Redemption and With You, and we can go into all of the songs, but they started hitting different the more that I listened to it. The more that my expectations of a follow-up to If You're Reading This Is Too Late and What a Time to Be Alive, once my idea of what a follow-up to those 2 projects should be, I started being like, all right, this album's actually pretty good. The more that I listened to it. It took months. It took more than 8 months, but the more that I listened to it. I think that Certified Lover Boy is the same. Although I've only spun it 4 times, I'm confident that Certified Lover Boy is a good project. It's not bad. It's not great. I called it. I wanted it to be the album of the decade. It was not. But I think anybody that's wavering, oh no, this is a bad project. This is terrible. This is not good. Oh man, this is trash. This is mid. Listen to it a few more times. Drake is the type of artist where he doesn't really make bad music. He makes music that's not as good as other music. I'm upset because he talked about it.
You seem really at peace with this.
No, because it's one of those things where I've talked to multiple people in different friend groups. I thought about it in different ways, and yesterday I literally was ready to come here and bash it, and today I woke up with it, on a different side.
You seen the light.
That it is a project that you have to listen to through. It does not have the highlights that I think people were looking for. I think that What's Next and Laugh Now Cry Later were the leading singles for the only question that I have to ask of Drake fans, because I think that Drake fans have been acting like this is the album that we expected, and it's not the album that we expected. That's something that I have to accept. We all have to accept. Are you confident that it's better than Scorpion or even Dark Lane demo tapes? That's the only thing I'm not confident about. I think that it's a good project. It's not a bad project. It's a good project. I don't think it's cohesive. I think that 22 songs or whatever, it was too many.
21.
Didn't need to do that. 21. He does not need to do a double album. I know you want to sell records. You're going to sell records anyways, dude. You don't need the double album. You don't need the cheat code. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. But this is a good project. And whatever Nate says, just know that in my heart, I believe that even Nate, after a few more spins, would like the project. But I can say that I have also come to the conclusion Drake is not an album artist. And because of that, I don't think that he can be an all-time artist. I think that he's a generational artist. And another example of a generational artist that I don't think can be an all-time artist is just J. Cole. I think Kanye West, Kendrick, all-time. J. Cole, Drake, generational. Generational is still crazy. Being a generational artist, being able to run a generation and impact a generation, that's still crazy. But he don't have the discography to run up with the Marvin Gayes, He don't have the Luther Vandross, and he don't have the Stevie. He don't have that. He can have as many, all the slaps more than the Beatles that you want to give to him because people spin his records. But that's what I now know. And Nate, I want you to specifically say, because I know that it didn't. The one thing that I'm trying to avoid is I know that it didn't reach his expectations. Everybody that listened to the last, we know that it didn't hit. He thought it was going to be a 10 out of 10. This is not a 10 out of 10. But I want Nate to tell me that this is literally a bad album. That's what I want.
You want me to tell you it's a bad album by Drake standards or just in general?
By Drake's, I think everything has to be in context of
all right.
Drake standards. But if it's a good album in general, you got to say that. You can't ignore that because that's a part of it too.
Let me I have some disclaimers in my notes before I wrote down disclaimers before you even launched into that beautiful soliloquy that you just had. Disclaimer number one, I am not a Kanye stan, man. All that MAGA shit, I'm cool. I feel like he needs to apologize for that, all the fuckery that he's done over the past few years. And I say that because apparently I can't criticize Drake without being a Kanye stan in these days and times. So that's a disclaimer right there. Secondly,
that is weirdo behavior, by the way. That is weirdo behavior.
Secondly, 625,000 first week. Congratulations, Drake. You did it. You got your stats. That being said, by Drake standards, or what Drake is supposed to be, the standards of someone who sells 625,000 first week, this is a bad album. It's a very bad album. Drake is supposed to be off the cover alone. And I don't believe in judging music by the cover, but I think here it shows the lack of care in the whole thing. You are Drake. You have access to literally any artist in the world, and I'm sure any artist in the world would be ecstatic to do anything related to the next album from Drake. And the cover art that you come with is something that I could do in my notes app. Does that signify caring to you, RJ?
I don't think so. I agree with you, but someone said to me, I have to give out the counter argument that someone gave to me because I got it.
Go ahead.
Is that, and I have a problem with this, but Drake, he's a Canadian artist.
Okay.
And I think that he plays in on American culture too heavily and more than he needs to. When I think about his greatest era is when he was stealing music from The Weeknd. Not stealing music, but when The Weeknd was helping produce his projects with Take Care. Mm-hmm. And when he went back to the Six with If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and then Into Views, which I think is his last like good project. Mm-hmm. Is that he knows that if he drops the emoji thing, is that headlines are going to pick that up way more than him doing anything regular Drake. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that Drake would have been memed if he had done anything that was like him being like emotional. Mm-hmm. But I think that he knew and he was being calculated with the decision that he made. I think that care is the wrong word.
No, because my whole thing is that we're not even, we could talk about let me put this aside for a second. I knew the fix was in and Drake was going to sell 625,000 first K when I saw SportsCenter and all the other sports Twitters and Instagrams memeing, hey guys, this is our one time to be culturally relevant in other things aside from sports, and Drake is dropping, so it's the perfect time to do it. So let's meme everything that Drake does. And it's like, okay, when the machine is that heavily behind you, nothing you do will fail. Nothing you do will fail. And the numbers show it.
Then the terms of failure change.
But the numbers show the numbers show it here, 625,000 first week. And I feel like whenever I've had the ongoing 3-day conversation with a Drake stan who I'm cool with, but it's been 3 days, and before the album was released, when the album has been released, and still today. And I don't really have the energy for it anymore, if I'm being honest with you. But that being said, it's always numbers. I genuinely feel like Drake stans are the analytics people of rap. It's always numbers.
The shooting splits, shooting
splits, player efficiency rating, on ball, on court, off court, all that shit. Drake stans. Because when I start talking about the music and I started saying, well, here he could have did that better. It's good. 625,000 first week. Congratulations. Always. You can never talk about the specifics and the little intricacies of the music.
I agree
with Drake stan. You can never do it.
But I think that's why people it's so easy to bring up the Kanye thing because Kanye does. That's what Kanye does.
But you could always.
That's the one thing that Kanye. That's not the one thing, but that's one of the main things that Kanye does that Drake doesn't do. That I feel like it's like once you bring up the idea of the music with Drake, it's easy to be. Oh, so you like Kanye? That's what you're. That's what you like Kanye.
It's straight up, and it's like no, I don't really. Kanye did a remarkable marketing job with the listening events and stuff.
Parties, yeah.
Honestly, I didn't really give a fuck about Donda to the listening events. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like I really couldn't have cared less about Kanye until he did all this stuff, and then it's one of the biggest things we've seen all year. Then it's like, okay, well that's good marketing. So once again, I'm repeating, I am not a Kanye stan when I say this, but this is a bad album. First of all,
his cover wasn't a good marketing scheme, Drake.
No, it's so.
Nah, wait, hold up. Even Shark Week, Schitt's Creek. I'm just thinking of just
so
the amount of people and different things in culture that decided to copy his cover.
RJ, the only thing is that Drake has the dollars behind it, but realistically, any artist with those dollars behind them could have did the exact same thing.
I'm not saying they couldn't. It's not about whether they could. But that's the thing. Everybody could, but nobody did.
So that's being
everybody could, but nobody did, and nobody would.
So that being said,
why didn't they?
Because maybe people want to put more care into their cover art.
If
anybody
I think that's
can do
the thing
this.
If Drake's goal was to do something that was going to be a cultural phenomenon, even if it just came and went, which I think that's my issue. This is an example of something that everybody posted some type of remake of that cover. That's something that I saw out of social media.
But you want to know why?
It wasn't responded
but you want to know why?
Thinking it was stupid.
But you want to know why? Because Drake, smartly so, has positioned himself to be the viewpoint and the door for people who don't understand hip hop to act like they understand hip hop.
I disagree.
When you see, I do not.
Oh my god!
I do.
I don't even want to get into that because I don't think that has anything to do with this. But here's the thing though, because this is the reason why Drake is going to win no matter what, because Drake is considered the biggest rapper in the world or whatever. No matter what he did, everybody was gonna jump on it and everybody was gonna try to meme it or whatever. It literally doesn't matter. And this cover shows that he knows that. I feel like him aiming at the fringe individual and doing things that will become headlines in ways that people that don't listen to Drake have to become reminded of Drake is yeah, sure, it's a marketing thing, but it was good. I think that it was executed that the way that it should have been for the type of person that Drake is. I think that I keep trying to make Drake this fucking Picasso type recording artist, and he's not. Like, he just isn't.
But you have to. But here's the thing.
This is my thing.
This is my thing. This is my thing. You're
forcing somebody that's successful to change the way that they do things because they're supposed to be great and successful.
No, I'm not.
And there's no reason why Drake or any rapper, in general, like if your goal is to hit the mainstreams and touch main chords, why wouldn't you do something that's as resonatable as an emoji?
It's not resonatable. It's lazy.
It's something that we've all looked at before.
That's fine.
Something that we can all identify.
That's fine. It's lazy.
I think that I agree with you that he could have done something differently. He could have done better. But then I look at his other album covers. His album covers are not elaborate fucking pictures. He's not that type of guy. He's never done that. I mean, the Thank Me Later cover was fucking terrible. That shit was ugly as fuck. I think that his best cover was his first cover ever for fucking So Far Gone. That was literally his best cover. The rest of them
the Views one is
nothing was the same. Was Views was it wasn't that good.
I like the Views one.
That was the greatest example of mainstream media trying to throw down our throat that this man was fucking sitting on that shit, and I did not give a fuck. I also think that Scorpion, terrible. It was not good. It just wasn't good. This thing was just sitting. But like at the same time, his covers are not good. He does not have a bunch of good covers. Also, I'm not one. I really want to get out of this conversation because we're talking about. You got to go to the next thing. You seem like you had bullet points. I don't want to talk about this cover anymore. Keep going. Let's get to the music. Fuck the cover.
The production on this album is not good. It's not good. It's not reminiscent. It's not anything that reflects that we're in 2021. It's simple and it's basic. The best beat here is Knife Talk, and that's produced by Metro. So of course Metro is gonna do his thing. The intro Champagne Poetry, that beat, I hate it. The melody is annoying. It overpowers the drums on its own beat, and it overpowers Drake. Drake is being overpowered on his intro track.
I think
that's not attention to detail to me.
I feel bad because I don't feel bad. I'm gonna give another example.
Is that it?
I'm gonna give another example. I'm gonna retort to that because I have comments that are similar to that.
Okay, some of the other beats they sound dated. They just sound like 808s and hi-hats over a basic melody. There's nothing else. There's nothing there to make me want to tune into the beat and think, oh wow, this is crazy. Wow, this is on the level of Alchemist or Metro. Like aside from the Metro beat that I pointed out, it's on the level of Alchemist, Pierre, Hit Boy, Kanye. Like this is on the level. There's no beats like that. The beats are basic. It sounds like something that I've heard before. And and a lot of the melodies under the beats and under the 808s and the hi-hats, a lot of those melodies kind of sound the same. They're not carbon copies of each other. I could recognize the difference in tempo and maybe inflections, but for the most part, they're brothers. They might be, they're not identical twins, but they might be, what's the other word? Fraternal twins? When you don't look alike, they're fraternal twins.
No, I'm pretty sure that identical twins are the ones that are not identical.
Okay, well that's weird.
It's really stupid.
We need to figure out the English language, guys.
It makes no sense.
We need to figure that out. We need a group meeting for that. But that being said, at best, I feel like the music is watered down trap beats with Instagram captions as lyrics. That's what it comes off to me as. Also, that was my opinion.
That was my opinion yesterday.
Also, another thing, what is the purpose of like the preludes and the interludes before these tracks? Like on TSU, there's a prelude there, and I don't really understand what it adds to the track. N Too Deep, there's interludes in between. I don't really understand what it adds. There's other songs where there's like interruptions there, and there's where there should be a hook. I don't really understand what that adds because I definitely don't understand it. So overall certified lover boy. I wanted it to be LeBron, and we got Ben Simmons.
That's all right. I'm not gonna do that with you. I'm not gonna do that with you. Okay, so some of the notes that I made yesterday, and I thought that 40 outdid Drake. I think that 40 consistently has outdone Drake on the project. I think that 40 is a better producer than Drake as an artist, but that doesn't really matter. I think some of the samples were good. Some of the samples were really, Too Sexy is one of those songs that I really feel like it was, this is a joke more than it was, I want to make a good song.
I could point out a hit attempt. That's a hit attempt.
If it's a hit attempt, in like getting people's attention, which is what most of the entertainment business is. Check. But it was not a good song. I don't think that it was a badly produced album. I didn't agree with any of the things that he said about the production. Mm-hmm. I think that Drake has a sound. I think he was tailoring this to the sound. Somebody I was talking to said he felt like it was the best. Drake has been refining his voice since he came into the game. I remember when he first came into the game, he was featuring a lot with R&B artists because he wanted them to like sing the shit that I feel like he would have sung himself if he had the vocals to do so. I think that he that is something that he has worked on, you know, with the vocal coach and gotten better and better and better at. Views being the first time, like I think after 2 years, it just is the first project, you know, that came out after he got the vocal coach. I don't think, like, Champagne Poetry is one of my favorite songs, and I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, so this album is going to be like really, really good, and this is the intro to a really, really good album. And then none of the songs reached that level for me. But
you think the production on that song is good?
I enjoy it, and I have talked to other people that hate that song. I think that's a song where I'm like, you just have to play Certified Lover Boy through, because that has to be the first song.
I can't. But also another thing too, I don't think I could play through. I played it through once, and
it's a little bit long.
Halfway
but
through,
you can play like
halfway through. I'm bored, dude.
80%.
Halfway
I don't
through,
know if that was real, but if Academics really fell asleep, that's kind of fucked. I don't know if he actually fell asleep. Like, there was a video of him like sleeping during his stream to the Drake thing, but I didn't watch the stream, so I didn't know if it was a joke.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Someone on Twitter was like, "Why does the Drake album feel 3 times longer than the Kanye album?" And I agree. I agree. Because
he does switch ups. It's switch ups, and he's the king of switch ups. And that was like probably like the thing that
who is he?
Drake is 40.
Okay.
And I didn't like a lot of this. I didn't like most of this.
But at the same time,
that Travis Scott needed to rap on a new song.
But at the same time, it's like one thing, and here's how I know. Because even you're telling me that this is a bit too long. And we were on this podcast, this very fine podcast, last podcast, saying good production will take you far and will keep things interesting. And even you can tell me that this is too long.
I don't think that it's too long. I just think that some of the songs, I just think that the way that it's sequenced makes it feel too long because of the way that they execute switch ups. And I really, really think that because there's no like real standout hits, because Too Sexy is just going to be played for the wrong fucking
They're
reasons.
going to run that song into the ground, and that's going to become the hit.
I know.
You heard it here first.
If there was a good hit song there, right?
Okay.
Is that I think that it was the Yebba interlude did not do what, like, it was really good. And I really feel like on a shorter project, it would have been the great divider. And I think that it was just, it got lost and did not do the job that it should have done. I think that it was a little bit too late. And I think there was just too many songs in between and it really got lost in there. But that's a really, really good interlude. It was a really, really good interlude. I really think that he might have even added songs at the end to get it to 21 so that it could have been a double album. But it really did not need to be at all. Not all. It could have been I would have rather it had been a project where all the hit attempts came up as a deluxe album next week or 2 weeks from now, or whatever he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But it did not need to be 21 songs.
Nope.
And I think that what I learned, and the reason why I said he's generational, is because the difference between a generational artist and an all-time artist is that an all-time artist, a la Kanye and Kendrick, really don't, they never feel like they need to make what's being made.
Yep.
They're honestly often not interested in it. They're very, very frequently not interested in it.
Or classics, none of them sound the same.
And I think that J. Cole was a great example of a person who's like, I'm not interested in this. And then he started feeling bad that he was so uninterested in it that he got interested in it. And then but I still feel like he was clearly watching it, because KOD is a very great example of like, oh, you're making songs like the other niggas are making. Like, you're not making your own shit. You're straying away from the sound that you just dropped. But that's besides the point. Drake got way too clouded by Future and Young Thug and the Atlanta clout and the street clout, while also trying to be a pop star simultaneously, where he couldn't pick a side. And I think that him trying to make Atlanta music, when Atlanta music ceiling, in my opinion, is lower than Drake's ceiling. And so Drake trying to go down and make the highest level Atlanta music made his music overall worse, instead of just making his own.
So again, on a previous podcast, we were discussing how much What a Time to Be Alive meant to both artists. And we're here today. We've heard Certified Lover Boy. I was trying to explain to you that What a Time to Be Alive was Drake's ability to introduce Drake to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I mean, I think that and obviously he's from Chicago, but Lil Durk didn't need to be on the project. Lil Baby didn't need to be on the project. He didn't need those features. He didn't really need it. I think Travis Scott would have been great if he just kept like the hums and the harmonies and shit like that. He did not even really need to rap on that. He should have rapped on the original beat, but it's okay. Is that they're looking back, I think that Drake took advantage of something. I don't know if he needed it because he was also at a good place in his life. And that's why I told you, like, I feel like it was supposed to be a song. And I think that he ran there to go get a song that he needed. And he did need those songs. And I think if those songs were Grammys, that's terrible. I really hope that, because I don't like that song. But I think that he pulled up for some songs, and then it turned into a project. And then it just kind of like, it was a victory lap for the hype that they already did. And even though Jumpman was the best song and like the only song that was lit, like there were other good songs that I love on that project. I
like Big Rings.
Where it's like, that's not like Big Rings is huge for Toronto now, and Legend, like and Know Yourself was huge. It's like, if they got that's wow.
If you're reading this is too late.
Like Change Location Scholarships, I thought was good. But at the same time, is that while it was not needed, 30 for 30 was crazy. While it was not needed, I do think that it worked in his favor in the end. And I don't think either of them needed that project. I honestly think that us as an audience, we didn't really need that project, but we got it. And I'm not happy that we got it. There are many projects that I know that we needed way less that we still got. And I'm not gonna say, but 100 track country.
Oh yeah, we didn't need that either. We didn't need that. No, we didn't need that.
If they had just dropped, if they had just dropped modern slavery.
Slavery. I like Motorcycle Patches.
Oh, and Motorcycle about it. If they had just dropped
those
that. Songs,
but
that album should have been pushed back like 2 years.
I mean, this is.
But wait.
Honestly,
Nate's not answering my question. Or not?
What was the question?
Or not? You've not done what I need you to. What I was trying to get out of you.
Okay, what
is it? A bad album? Yes or no?
By whose standards?
Both.
It's a bad album by Drake standards. It's an okay album in general.
Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. And I think that as we both agree,
Drake shouldn't be doing okay albums.
The machine being behind Drake is why he's selling the records. I'm pretty sure that Scorpion sold way more than that.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure it sold like 700 or something like that. I really think that people need to ask themselves, is this better than Scorpion? Is it better than Dark Lane Demo Tapes? It's not a question of whether it's good, because I think that if you like Drake music, it's a good project. But I think that
but at the same time,
I feel
like
everyone knows that this is not what we thought we were going to get when he promoted it, doing the whole fucking teaser video, going through all of his album covers. I think everybody thought it was going to be the best project that he ever dropped.
This is another thing, though. And I might sound like I'm repeating points here, but the reason why I feel like these beats sound dated is because I feel like Drake could have because I feel like these beats could have came out in 2012, 2013, and Drake rap on them, and they would go off.
Vibe, though. That's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing, right? Everybody has their
decision for a Drake fan.
But here's the thing. Did it evolve?
That's why I feel
because
like
to me
Drake wanted old beats,
but this is
he
why
wanted to show his vocals off, and
but
that
this
is what he did. I think that was.
But this is why I think the production here is bad. It's because it seems like Drake and his team. Okay, I mastered this already. I mastered this in 2013. Let me go try other shit. Tried other shit for the next 7 years, 8 years. Comes back and he comes back to the same 2013. Like, there's no modern. What is the 2021 version of the 2013, 2020, 2011, 2010, pre-2013 beats that Drake was rapping on? What does that look like? Because this is not it.
I think that this is what it looks like.
This is what once again, I will restate that this sounds like that these are beats that could have come out in 2013 and Drake would have had a good album.
I think that
it has not, the production has not, the attention to detail on the production is just not there. There's nothing like there's no extra. Let me put an extra sound here. Let me change it up. Let me change up the pace a little bit. Let me change up the tempo. Let me change up the pattern a little bit. None of that.
Switch up a little bit.
I mean, a beat switch compared to having the same beat and still having a beat switch compared to having the same beat and still changing the pattern up is two different things.
Hey.
It's two different things, and
you said it was a bad album by Drake Sanders, but it's an okay album otherwise.
Shouldn't it be okay?
And I think that
I
agree that what we wanted and our expectations were not met, but it's not a bad project, and I can't walk around and say that it's a bad project because I'm gonna be listening to the songs. You know what I'm saying?
Only one track.
I mean, I think that Kanye West satisfied his fans more than Drake satisfied his fans.
You sure?
Yeah,
because
I
even tried to avoid the whole war yesterday of if Certified Lover Boy is a good album. I even listened to this till this morning. I tried. And I think and everybody was like, "What did you expect from Drake? You expect him to talk about the current times? Hating on Drake isn't like I'm not even hating. I'm really just trying to give basic music analysis, but." You guys being the what's the word devil's advocate to people to Drake stands doesn't make you cool and all that, and then I listen and this is what you guys are defending.
It's not a bad project.
I was thinking it was going to be at least good. Like I thought I was going to at least be like, okay, there's 4 or 5 tracks here that I enjoy.
I really thought it was gonna be so good. It was not so good.
I thought this is not the project. This is not.
It's a good project though. You can't deny
that.
That's not something that you can deny.
It's not
good music. It's good music. It is good. See, that's what I'm saying. See, now you're saying it's not good music.
I said it's okay. I never said good. I never said it was good. I said it was okay. I'm not lying.
It's good music.
If I can tell you that I'm tired halfway through,
Kanye West is good music, but you know what I'm saying.
If I could tell you that I'm tired halfway through, and it feels like some of the melodies are repeated with different tempos or whatever, and the actual beats don't really like you just changed the beat completely. You didn't really add anything extra to make me want to re-listen to this beat over again.
I'm just like kind of.
You didn't do any. Like you just.
I'm just so confident that if "Laugh Now, Cry Later" was on this project, it would be the best song. It would just be the best song.
That's a problem.
Melody. And that is a problem. Yes, I agree with that.
That's a problem.
I agree. Yes.
100%. I'm just so.
I also think that it's kind of funny. I think that it was a bad. I don't know if he asked niggas or if niggas told them, but it is not a good look. It is not a good look that he had basically the identical features to fucking Donda because he did not get the better features out of those features.
Lil Baby, Lil Durk. Oh yeah, they were on it. Jay-Z was on it. Trav was on it. Was Future on Donda?
No, he's the only.
Doug was on Donda.
He's one of the only one. Yep, he's the only big one that's not there. Yeah,
Ty Dolla was on.
Ty Dolla was on it. He was.
Kid Cudi wasn't on Donda.
Yes, he was.
Oh, didn't they take the?
He's on Moon.
Oh, he's on Moon. Ah, my fault. Because he took his. He was on Hurricane, and then he took.
He was on he was on Remote Control.
Remote Control. My fault. Because I know one of the Kid Cudi
I'm the Kanye stan.
Yeah, no, I got you. Like I knew one of the Kid Cudi verses got cut. Is Lil Durk on Donda?
Yeah.
I mean, not Lil Durk, Lil Wayne. My fault. I don't think Lil Wayne's on it. I mean, Lil Wayne wouldn't even be on it because
he would be. He fucks with Kanye heavy.
Rick Ross on Donda.
Was he? No.
He was. I don't think he was.
No.
Yeah. I mean.
No.
Yeah. I think.
So the only separate verses were Future, Rick Ross, and Wayne and Yebba.
Savage. The only. Was Savage on Donda? I don't think Savage was on Donda.
Oh, and Savage.
And
whoever that guy and Project Pat.
Project Pat. Thames wasn't there. I mean, the international.
Thames. Oh
right
yeah,
there.
Thames. I forgot about that song. That song is good.
Ty Dolla $ign was on there though, so yeah. I mean, yeah, half the features are shared between
like
two
60%,
projects.
60%.
Yeah, like a good amount.
Yeah, a good amount.
But yeah, I'm just so underwhelmed. I feel like
I'm so underwhelmed.
I feel like people have to
gotta play it more. That's what people gotta do. They gotta play it more.
But you gotta play it more. But it's like
his views are so good, and I really had to like pound that into my brain and be like, oh yeah.
But if you have to pound something into your brain for your brain to finally recognize it as good, it's not good, dude.
It's not great.
I could play whatever song however many times, and eventually it'll get stuck in your head. And when you get stuck in your head, is it good now because you want to listen to it over and over again because it's stuck in your head? No.
I can't comment on that. All I can say is Kendrick really is smoking on top fives, like just everybody. It's just everyone. He's smoking on everybody.
Is this in the album of the year conversation?
No.
Okay.
Not for me, at least.
Oh, not for me either.
Not for me, at least.
No.
That's the only thing.
I got four albums on top of it right now.
Nas album was crazy. I mean, it's just not cohesive.
That's one of them.
It's not cohesive.
I got Tyler, Nas.
I'm putting Vince over there, even though it's only 22 minutes.
Vince will probably beat this album, in my opinion.
My opinion.
I had two others. I said Nas, Tyler, Cole is above this project to me.
Yo, I was like, damn, bro. Off season is low key, like, if not on this level, better. Like, those are the two options.
No, off season is better. Amari interlude.
I'm not.
On the Hillside.
I already can see that it's either the same level or better. Those like that. That's all. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna waver on that.
I'm just saying, man. Like, this is
not what we expected.
Disappointing.
It is a little bit disappointing.
It's disappointing. Like, wow,
he's not an album artist. That's what I've learned. He's not an album artist. I'm gonna start being.
I'll grant you that.
Surprised by great Drake albums.
Do you have a chance of being the GOAT if you're not an album artist?
Not in my opinion, and that's another reason why I called him a generational artist. I mean, look at Elvis. Elvis had more hits than fucking anybody. Nobody fucking listens to Elvis now. They still listen to the Beatles now.
Yeah, no, the Beatles still definitely gets.
They still get the spins.
200 Billboard 200 placements every week.
So it really, really, really. Here's the problem, and the reason why I've come to terms with so many things easier, and this is the thing that's like fucking with me, is that Drake can't. I mean, I don't think that he should at like 35 or 36, but say he waits a whole another like year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these bars coming out of like a 36-year-old, like I really, really don't want them. It's like almost as bad as around like Blueprint 3 dropped, and we were like, bro, are you really gonna keep rapping about crack for real? Like, are we
the only artist who's successfully avoided the whole idea of maturing in their content has been Future.
I agree, but I also think that he's been around like I guess like 8 years, no 10 years now. He's been around for a while, and so like I feel like he still has time. Like he's still like.
I mean, but regardless, it's like
10 years from now, it's not gonna be like that. And we're gonna see if he either retires or like
if that nigga comes up with a new flow somehow for the next few years, I feel like it's gonna be the same.
If he's still some toxic nigga, I know it's gonna be.
If he's still,
I don't want to hear any more, bro. I don't want to hear a single other new Drake song talking about college girls. I don't want to hear any more of it. Stop it. No more references. Stop reminiscing about the memories when you were fucking. Stop. No, please, no more. Like, people were mad because there was an R. Kelly sample on the song. So because of that, R. Kelly is seen as I don't care about that. I'm not a person that cares about somebody using, like, it's too many things removed.
I mean,
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying that doesn't mean that Drake not in the booth listening to R. Kelly and like that can be a whole separate. I'm not saying that's not possible. But bro. I mean, you about to be 35.
I mean, I think it's also
more songs.
I think it's also
girls. No more. I don't want TSU is a good song.
With the R. Kelly thing, I think it's also a concept of how we always have these talks about, can you separate the artist from what they did? And it's clear, it's almost unanimous that people can't separate R. Kelly's music from what he actually did. So for Drake to pick a R. Kelly sample and expect that to go off, it shows a bit of out of touchness, because nobody's really listening to R. Kelly anymore because of all the shit that he's accused of.
Oh, we are spending Anita Baker. Run that shit up.
Like that's another point. That's another point to care. That's another point to care that I'm talking about in terms of lack of care with this album. That's another point.
I don't think it's not a bad album. That's what I was here to defend. I don't have to defend its greatness. I don't think it's a great album. I think that at this point, his discography is probably the weakest out of the generation. Out of the A-list goats of his generation, he probably has the weakest discography.
I don't want to hear Drake versus Kendrick again.
I don't want to hear it again. I don't
want to hear that again.
I've told you that shit was never a fucking argument.
And I'm telling
saying that in your group chat are stupid. I told you that. I said that on the last podcast. The niggas that were ever saying that are stupid. They're dumb. You're stupid. What are you talking about? Kendrick dropped an album, and then Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and the Game were like, nigga, here's the keys to all of California. And Kendrick was like, I guess. Like, what are you talking about? That's how it happened. Like, this nigga got a Peabody.
That's how it happened. This nigga, they anointed him the savior of rap.
Bro, I remember one time I was working at college, and I was picking up my check, and the payroll lady, she had to be at least 40 something, at least. That's like, that could have been being generous, but I'm a generous guy. She was like, "Oh, did you hear the new Kendrick Lamar album? Like, it's over." She didn't even say it to me. She was not saying it to me. She was saying it to another woman that was the same age as her. They were in the middle of a conversation about Kendrick Lamar when I walked in. I walked in on two old white ladies talking about a Kendrick album. What the fuck? That don't even make any damn sense. Either way, that's like, Drake is like, "Ooh, did you see like the cover? It's kind of weird. Did you listen to the album?" I didn't know. I didn't. That's the old lady's probably saying about the Drake album. And that's okay, because Drake makes albums that are for captions. I just feel like, I agree with you. He was too focused on doing what he's known for than being an artist and doing artistic shit. And that's fine.
What was the last time?
He's not an artist. He's just like a guy that cries on beats.
Aside from looking around and picking out the best sounds and then trying to mimic them, which is a talent within itself, I give you that. That's a talent. When was the last time he actually was innovative?
I feel like it's hard to say what innovation really looks like, but I feel like he.
Do you want me to define it for you?
No, because if you consider him starting a bunch of movements, even if what that movement was making a certain type of music that he was copying from someone else. But if he was doing something and then he starts a wave and then everyone tries to do that and everyone's following things that Drake does, even if it's inspired by, some other artist or some other sound, I still think that is an aspect of innovation, because you have to have the ear and enough ability and talent to re-execute it in a way that people enjoy. And I think that Drake has been able to do that. I mean, and you can't say that he hasn't.
I already said all
the cultural infinities.
I already said.
This nigga was talking about Habibti, all that shit.
I already said that that's a talent within itself. But my whole thing is like, when you look back and you look at all the artists that their influence will be known musically. When you look at Kanye, obviously,
I think Drake will be influential.
Yes. Young Thug, Future. Kendrick gave us an album a funk album and he rapped over funk beats in 2015. That's something that could be influential. I could see someone like that's something that's different that nobody else is really doing.
But everybody wants to be. But either way, all the niggas that are getting influenced by these other artistic artists, because I don't think that Drake is that artistic, is that they're still influenced by Drake because Drake is the nigga that's on top and everybody wants to be Drake. Everybody wants to be that nigga. And Drake at the end of the day, that is niggas making songs like Drake is going to, there are a bunch of niggas that try to be Drake. You can't tell me that there's not a bunch of niggas
there are, but at the same time, I don't think they really, outside of music, when you think about business and you think about just marketability, like how do you go pop? How do you monetize your music and how do you monetize your stuff? Drake is up there. But this is a music podcast. We talking about straight up music.
I feel like we talk about all the different encompassing sides.
We do. But now,
but you're right. I'm not saying it's not a great album. It is.
Right now,
it is another lackluster project in his discography that is full of lackluster projects.
What are your favorite songs?
You go first.
Knife Talk featuring 21 Savage and Project Pat.
That's it?
Yep.
That's all you like?
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Because 21 Savage is innovating on that song, and I've never heard him rap that way on the first verse before they go back to.
You're just a fucking stan.
I'm not. You ever heard him rap that way?
We're not doing that. You
ever heard him rap that way? I do, but stop. But you acting like I'm saying falsehoods
all the time.
But you're acting like I'm saying falsehoods though.
I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying stop acting like you're not.
Yeah, but you can't tell me I'm being a stan when at the same time I'm literally stating an objective fact. Me being a stan is
it was
21 Savage is the best of all time.
It made the song stand out.
Okay, that's fine. It was enough. I'm just saying I never heard him rap. I never heard him rap like that before.
Oh shit!
And I appreciate that.
Paul McCartney wrote on. Wait, this must have sampled a fucking.
That's all I'm saying.
What did Champagne Poetry sample? That was a fucking Beatles shit. That makes no sense.
I don't know.
John Lennon and Paul McCartney are writers on Champagne Poetry. I don't know why, but that's weird. Champagne Poetry. I gotta say it, but Poppy's Home is a good song. Fair Trade is good when Drake's rapping. Another example of a feature that I don't like. I feel like that brought him down. TSU. The second half of it, In Too Deep, is good.
You have to say this, but you have to like take a knife and cut these songs in half for you to say you like them though.
And like You Only Live Twice is pretty good. I like the other songs though. Like I like. Oh, Love All. I didn't say Love All.
Like you said two songs where you were like, well, the first I like it. I like the one. I assume you're saying the one with Travis Scott.
I didn't think that No Friends in the Industry was like I feel like people like it's. There was a song, I forget which one on Scorpion, but there was a song on Scorpion where people are like, oh, this shit is mad, and it was like a song where he fucking sent mad shots at Kanye, and I was like, this song is not good. I think it might have been 8 out of 10. I think it was 8 out of 10.
I don't remember.
And I was like, this shit is terrible. Like, ew. I don't know.
He had another track with some Kanye disses on it. On Certified Lover Boy.
That was like one, yeah. But I mean, 7 a.m. on Brittle Path, like there's no Drake song where there's a time and place that's not good. Like that's just not possible. Fountains is not a bad song. It's not a bad song. It's a pretty good song. But I would say that my favorite songs are probably Champagne Poetry. Like the songs that I would like play again after listening to it like 4 or 5 times right now. Champagne Poetry, Poppy's Home, Fair Trade, Love All is a good song. Like I just like I don't care for it as much as I thought I would. And those are probably the songs that I play the most. Oh, and 7 a.m. on Brittle Path. Like once I start like listening to the project enough where I can like point out songs, 7 a.m. on Brittle Path is like my favorite Drake. That 30 on 30, 30 for 30 Drake. Kind of where you're just like rapping over like a low key beat, just talking about life. And yeah, I mean, I think that there are a bunch of good songs, but there's not anything that stands out, and there's like a massive hit in the way that I expected it to, and that's what upsets me because I really think that both What's Next and Laugh Now Cry Later would have been those.
I didn't even like What's Next.
That's fine.
TNT played that too much.
I know. You said. I remember you said that.
Way too much. But yeah. Anyway. thanks for listening. This has been The Cap, episode 222. That's RJ Levichin. I am Nate Sperlin. Like and subscribe. Please comment if you're on YouTube. Tell us what did you think about Certified Lover Boy. Yeah. Follow OldMilk on Instagram and Twitter at OldMilk Media. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Get vaccinated if you can. We're taking at least a week off. So see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.